and he's not a coach, right? But he's right. He's not a coach. He's an orchestrator. Or better yet, LeBron is a fixer. He's a fixer in the NBA alongside Rich Paul. They fix the league and they move the pieces around to suit them. This level of manufacturing in the sport it's ruining the integrity of the game. Speaking of ruining the game, that brings us to our next topic of the evening, and that's Iman Shumpert. He's been very vocal about his opinion on the state of basketball. He's mentioned in the past that LeBron James ruined basketball, and he recently discussed the same sentiment, but he elaborated a little bit more during an interview on Shaq's podcast. I want to play the original clip from the Vlad TV interview first. So one moment, we'll play it and then we'll react.
I mean, you said LeBron ruined basketball when he left the Cavs and joined Miami in 2010.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I mean, in the like, if you watch the conversation, like, of course, I know y'all chop it to where y'all could release it, how y'all release it, but the conversation was the statement was that Kevin Durant ruined it when he went to Golden State. And I was saying, well, technically, no. Bron ruined it when he left Cleveland and went to Miami and joined forces with Dwayne Wade. Because we was all like, that was the first time I had ever looked at something like, whoa, that's cheating. I believe the other time it was like LeBron was I believe CP was supposed to join Kobe. And we was like, whoa, that is cheating. Even David Stern was like, yeah, we're going to have to rip that up. Sorry, guys. That's what we thought was going to happen. And Bron went over there and everybody was like, this is cool? Like, everybody cool with this? And then it was like, after that, you got to deal with it. But now that opens up the mind of somebody like KD, who KD's tweeted before that he would never do something like that.
And he and then end up doing it.
Yeah. But one of the greats just did it.
Well, yeah. I mean,
and now you got to compete with it.
Right.
You got to compete with the team up shit, is what I'm saying. Like, I can't say no more, KD, just sit over here in this small market and because it's like, no, you ain't finna losing. You're not finna beat no Miami where it's cracking at, and they got all them superstars over there. Mm-hmm. Like, quiet as kept. They got to be happy that Chris Bosh had to sit it down because they would have had to deal with dude. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got I think the clip it did what they needed it to do. But I still stand on that. Like, if Bron doesn't leave and go over there, it's a lot of things people would have never did because everybody used to be like, you don't do that. That was just the mindset of it. It's like what I said about Steph and them. It's like, bro, I'm no longer in that mindset that's so small where I'm just like, we shouldn't be shooting threes. I can't say that no more. This has been consistent, and now it's opened up to where everybody can shoot better. Now, you look around the league, jump shots are everywhere. It's so many people you can't leave now. You know what I'm saying? And you think about it, if Steph and them don't win shooting threes, do you think it'd be all these shooters? No, the NBA would be shaped with more people that can attack, people that could fly and do that. Because that's what, you know what I'm saying? Now the NBA don't even care if people dunk sometimes. We don't even care. No one cares. People be unimpressed with some of the dunks that get done in the dunk contest.
Let's switch gears for a second.
That's how crazy, that's how wicked the jump shot just got. If y'all haven't noticed that. They would rather you shoot from half court than see the dunk contest now. People be going through the legs off the side of the glass, reverse behind their head. Mine be like, it just wasn't nothing this year. Like, what, bro? But it's crazy to think that, though. But that's how they transform the game. That's what I was saying. It's like, it's a preference.
All Iman Shumpert did in this clip was defend Kevin Durant. He was making the point that Kevin Durant didn't invent super teams and that Kevin Durant isn't even to blame for making the decision to join the Warriors because it was needed in order to combat the super teams that LeBron was creating in Miami and in Cleveland. LeBron took number one options from other franchises and decided to team up. So Golden State wanted to even the playing field, and they did. Kevin Durant got killed for this. But if you notice, Iman Shumpert didn't talk about player empowerment because this isn't empowering. It's not empowering to duck the fade and quit on your team. That's not team empowerment or player empowerment. It's a weak move. And it's called quitting on your team. It's called your team hopping, or better known as ring chasing, something that used to be only acceptable when superstar caliber players were at the end of their prime or outside of their prime. And this is their last opportunity to win a title, like what Karl Malone did when he went to the Lakers. Now, fast forward to present times. Iman Shumpert sits down with Shaq, and he's basically having the same discussion, and he digs in a little deeper. I'll play it for you now.
I got crucified for this question already. Has Steph ruined the game? Because I also was asked this, and I said the person that ruined all of this was Bron, because I felt like Bron's stance, and it's like Mike. If Mike would have made it okay for y'all to just be like, yeah, I'm leaving this team and I'm going to another, because I don't like what the owners are saying. If Mike would have did that, there would have been no loyalty, because we all, quote unquote, wanted to be like Mike, right? And I felt like, even though Steph was good, I felt like Bron was the guy that did it, because I feel like when Bron made it okay for people to team up, it stopped making the star player have to come back with something added to their game.
I think you're answering a different question. I agree with you saying, but I'm talking about the style of play with everybody shooting.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Okay, so I agree that LeBron made it okay to team up, but I agree with Shaq also. I think that Iman Shumpert is combining two different discussions, and I think he's giving LeBron James too much credit for impacting or influencing the NBA's style of play. Perhaps he's trying to make like staunch criticism sound really good. But what I hear is that LeBron didn't do anything to influence the actual game besides eliminate competition in the league. And that's his fault. That's his fault that he eliminated competition in the league. We know that he has no will to compete. We know that that's not what LeBron really craves in his life. He wants the accolades and he wants, the glory without the work, without the actual challenge. But LeBron James has no play style. So to say that he influenced a play style is really funny to me. Running full head of steam down the court, getting a high screen, backing up several steps to all the way to the half court line to get more dribbles in before driving and then charging the lane to either get to the rim or kick the ball back out to the perimeter is not a play style. That's not even professional play, in my opinion. Steph Curry and the Warriors actually play great basketball, predicated on defense and ball movement. Adam Silver is the person who ruined the NBA by removing physical defense. LeBron had no real impact on play style. And let's just say, if he did win all 10 finals he appeared in, then all we would see is guys on every team bum rushing the lane. I don't think so. I don't think anyone besides low-skill players like Giannis want to copy LeBron's play style. It's not a play style. This is just one of the reasons why, to me, LeBron will never be the GOAT. Nobody wants to copy you. Nobody wants to be like you. I thought it was interesting that Iman Shumpert basically says that LeBron never worked on his game his entire career. That's pretty much what I hear out of these sound bites. And he made it okay for NBA players not to get in the lab and not to improve their game season over season, because they can just go out and pick up players or trade themselves to teams with players on those teams that have the skill set that they're lacking. So the holes in LeBron's game, he doesn't work on them. He just goes and finds those holes, like he fills those voids with other players. So that's what I hear in those sound bites. LeBron, to me, he is destroying his legacy. That's what I see. I see that LeBron is destroying his legacy. I don't think anyone seriously contends that LeBron is the GOAT. To me, that's not a serious discussion or argument. He's taken himself completely out of that discussion. LeBron has removed himself from the GOAT discussion. And who does he have to thank for that? He's removed himself out of the conversation thanks to the La Media, Clutch Tactics, JJ Redface, and the Bronny Kardashian reality show. You can't leave the NBA in a worse place than when you got it and call yourself the GOAT. You don't even wear your own number. It's pitiful. LeBron didn't introduce a new signature skill or a skill set. He's getting over. He gets over by bum rushing the rim under NBA protection. The criteria for best in the world, let's talk about that real quick. The criteria for the best in the world, it's revolving around a player who introduces a new superior skill, someone who advances the game. We think of a player like Pele, who was the best in the world by dominating the World Cup as a teenager. But he was able to show a new skill when he killed a ball out of midair on his heel backwards. Ditto for Maradona in soccer. Ditto for Muhammad Ali in boxing. And for today's era of basketball players, as far as I'm concerned, only Steph Curry meets that criteria with a three-point shot. Plus, there are many people who would argue that Steph Curry documented that he was the best player in the world in the Olympics, better than KD and better than LeBron James, who deferred to Steph in crunch time. We all saw that play at the end. Steph Curry had an opportunity to pass the ball to a wide open Kevin Durant, to a wide open LeBron James. And he didn't do that. And Kevin Durant, I personally think that KD is still a better player. But in this moment, Steph Curry was looking to prove that he is the alpha, that he is the one. Instead of passing the ball to a wide open Kevin Durant, somebody he can trust to score the ball. I wouldn't trust LeBron. I wouldn't trust LeBron as far as I can throw him, which is nowhere. And neither does Steph Curry. So I don't blame him for not passing to LeBron. And perhaps maybe he didn't see Kevin Durant. He had two defenders on him. But in that moment, what it looks like to a lot of NBA fans across the world is that he was able to prove that he was the best player in the world. That's what it looked like. And he should have been that Olympic MVP. So like I said, this is the sentiment of many. And what I can agree to is that LeBron ruined the sport, never worked on his game. And on his watch, what he allowed for was a slam dunk to be evaporated from the league. I don't think it was losing to Steph Curry in the finals because he lost so many times in the finals. And before Steph won that title, that first title in 2015, that play style of shooting volume threes, it was already very popular. That already changed the NBA before Steph won the title. Was he responsible for that change? Absolutely. But I don't think that the Warriors winning a title with that play style is what cemented, the NBA changing. I really don't. 3 is better than 2. That's not a difficult concept. Players, they don't want to dunk the ball because it hurts, not because 3-point shots are worth more than 2-point shots. We've heard Paul George say that dunking hurts. And then these players today, they turn around and get offended when we call them softer than puffs with lotion tissue. I don't want to say that I think what I also want to address is that I see a lot of debate channels and it's entertaining to watch, but it's exhausting to participate in. The main reason I don't debate is because oftentimes there's no premise for the debate. People wind up insulting each other. They wind up bringing up dead family members and all kinds of things, not just because of delusional fandom, but also because they never agreed to the objective criteria that they're applying which makes it illusory and nothing but a cheerleading contest. But what do you guys think? Is LeBron or Steph Curry to blame for ruining the NBA? I'll read some comments and then I'll open the phone lines for 2 calls. So that's what we have time for. What I want to do first is get to the super chats. So the first one is from Blanco Smoke. Don't ever call me Zachary again when I cash app you. Had to change my profile based on that. Aw, Zachary is a really great name. You know, I've loved that name pretty much my whole life since the show Saved by the Bell. I love that name. Zach is cool. Zachary, it's just a cool name. But you got it. You're Blanco going forward, okay? And thank you. Thank you so much for the cash app. I really appreciate you, Blanco Smoke. Our next super chat is from Darren V. Good to see someone knows basketball and refuses to join the media and kiss the ring. I can't do it. I have to keep telling the truth because somebody's got to do it. It's a tough job. You know, I'm going to get a lot of people that disagree with me. I might not have the popular opinion, or I'm not willing to lie about Bronny James's performance and tell you that he's an actual basketball player when he's a video gamer. The next super chat is also from Blanco Smoke. Thank you so much. In the SF, in the small forward position specifically, where do you rank LeBron James all time? It's tough for me to say because I don't want to rank him against players of the past. So I just feel that everybody that played in the LeBron James era should be ranked with this era. They don't deserve to be ranked amongst players who played defense, amongst guys who played all 82 games. Those are circumstances that they just didn't face. So I really wouldn't rank him all time. If I have a gun to my head, perhaps I could put him in the top 20 or the top 10 of all greatest small forwards. But when you don't actually play your position, how can anybody actually rank you? LeBron's not a small forward. He's not a point guard. I believe that LeBron James is a power forward. When you take a look at his shooting percentages, they're god awful. And they look like a power forward's stat line. It doesn't seem like someone who is a guard or a small forward. And I get it. People are going to tell me he's all time in assists, blah, blah, blah. Miss me with the bullshit today. Okay. So we'll read some more comments and I will throw the phone number up for you guys. Please feel free to call in. I would love to hear from someone that, you know, has a good reasoning for for what's happening in the sports world. Do you think, so when you guys call in, what I want to hear is, do you think that LeBron James is damaging his legacy? With all this media stuff that's going on around him, it seems like he's not being protected by the media anymore. So do you believe that he's actually damaging his reputation? Do you think there's no change? For sure, I want to hear what you guys have to say. And I guess if you're calling in for the second topic, that question would be, who ruined the NBA, Steph or LeBron? Okay, we have our first caller from White Plains, New York. Hi, thanks for calling Sports Tea. Talk to me nice. Are you there? Can you hear me? Hello? Hold on, let's try this one more time. This is Sports Tea. Are you there?
Have you ever played any serious games of basketball? Are you there? I'm here.
Okay, there is an echo. What I'm gonna do?
Have you ever played any serious games of basketball?
I'm gonna call you back a little bit later. Okay, let me call you right back. There's an echo in your background. Caller from Illinois, thanks for calling Sports Tea. Talk to me nice. Can you do me a favor? Can you just mute YouTube in the background so we're not echoing?
Oh yeah, for sure. How you doing tonight?
I'm so good. What's your name?
What's my name?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't get that out. I just want to get to the topic.
Oh, no problem. Go right on ahead.
Who?
So the question is LeBron, is he ruining his legacy? And the second question is, who's responsible for ruining the NBA? Is it LeBron or Steph Curry?
No, I don't think LeBron's ruined his legacy. I think it's already been solidified already a long time ago. And for the second question, who's ruining the NBA? No, I don't necessarily think the NBA has been ruined by neither LeBron or Steph, because Steph is he can't help that everybody's shooting threes and everything. And LeBron, I don't think he can't control where other teams go, other players go.
Okay. That's an interesting, I think, of course.
Yeah,
I don't think that LeBron...
I'm gonna call real back because my phone is going in and out.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Thank you for calling though. I love to hear from folks who don't agree. So thanks so much for your call.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Thank you. Okay, we do have time for another call. Feel free to, call in. Let me know how you feel. I mean, I wish we had more time with the last caller, because I can agree that LeBron James's legacy is probably like nothing's going to happen to it. He's got a lot of fans, but I mean, for you to say that he doesn't control where other players go, I mean, he's a part of Clutch Sports. He has actually controlled a lot of movement in the league. Rich Paul has done that for him. So really interesting stuff. Thanks for calling Sports Tea. Talk to me nice.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi. Who do we have tonight on the line with us?
Yes, I do agree. Your first question, I think LeBron has ruined his legacy. I think what's the first question of the second one.
Yeah, and the second question was, who do you think is responsible for ruining the NBA? Would you say that it is?
I think it's a collective players that have did it. LeBron, KD, but LeBron definitely led the charge on it. But I do like your assessment tonight. I think it was very accurate to me. So yes, I think ranking LeBron, I think he's probably in the top 20. He's not even in the top 2. So, but I do respect your channel, and I think your assessment tonight was very accurate.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate your phone call tonight, and I look forward to hearing from you again. What was your name, sir?
My name is Terry.
Nice to hear from you, Terry. You're welcome to call back anytime.
Yes, ma'am. You take care.
You too. Thanks for watching.
Okay.
Okay, guys. So, we talked about folks ruining the NBA. We talked about whether or not LeBron's destroying his legacy. It seems like we do have one more caller, so I'll take this last call before we move on. Good evening. Thank you for calling Sports Tea. Talk to me nice.
Yeah, it's Nish again.
I'm so sorry. May I ask who's calling?
Nish, the Jamaican, remember?
Oh, hey, how's it going?
It's going good.
Very nice to hear from you. So talk to me, like, what do you think about these topics? Do you think that LeBron is, responsible for ruining the NBA, or do you think it's Steph Curry? And do you think that LeBron is damaging his legacy?
Personal opinion, no one has to agree with me. You can't have a legacy and you didn't build a dynasty. He team hops too much. He doesn't make anyone better. He just went for the best players to help him. That's all he did. How could you compare him with a Michael Jordan who was never quitting on his team, He's always showed up in the fourth quarter. You give Michael AD and you wouldn't lose a final. He would not lose a final given AD. But at the end of it, still, it's the mentality of the team that you build around you. You know what I mean? It's not just pass somebody the ball that makes them good. No, it's not like that. It's the mentality of the team aspect. How do you lead? You know what I mean?
I do. Honestly, you killed it. I mean, I don't know how people in their right mind could be out here comparing LeBron James to Michael Jordan. I have no idea.
It's clueless and it's just media hype and it's just them selling LeBron. And my question to his critics would be, I would like one of them to call in and tell me, or not me, just tell the world what LeBron is better at than Michael. Just name me one thing that he's better at. That's all.
I agree. I would love to see what LeBron is better at. Thank you so much for calling, Niche. I really appreciate you.
Yeah, man. Enough respect, Dominique.
Thank you. Have a good night. Thanks for calling Sports Tea. Talk to me nice. Who do I have on the line?
My name is 188 Sozum.
I'm so sorry. What was your name?
Sozum?
Let's go. Let's do it. Thanks for calling in. I really appreciate you calling in. You're a first-time caller. So tell me what you think. Do you believe that LeBron is ruining his legacy or damaging it? And do you think that he has ruined the NBA, or is that Steph Curry?
If I could speak to what's ruining the NBA in terms of LeBron James.
Oh yeah, go right on ahead.
I feel like it's more of the entitled attitude, like the kind of the aloof attitude that he has toward the fans. And I feel like that does more to ruin the game because it makes the fans feel disconnected from the superstars. Where back in the day, you had Michael Jordan and he would allow fans to touch him. And, you know, he had a level of interaction with the fans. And these days, I see players wanting to keep their distance. And I feel like that attitude is creating a toxic environment for the NBA.
That is a really great take. I think that there's so many factors that have led to the demise and the decline of the NBA. I think, you know, what Iman Shumpert was talking about and what Shaq, their discussion was specifically about the actual game, not the state of the NBA, because I'm with you. I've talked about that in great length, but how the NBA plays and their product that they're delivering, with it being all about uncontested 3-point shots and layup lines. Iman Shumpert was saying that LeBron is responsible for that play style because he was unable to beat Steph Curry in the 2015 finals. That's basically what he's saying. And so I don't really agree with that because I think that was where the league was headed. But what do you think?
I think it's probably, the downfall of the NBA was obviously the decision when LeBron James decided to team up with Dwayne Wade because the rest of the league just figured if we want to beat them, we have to team up as well. And so it created this culture of players joining forces.
Yeah, I mean, great answer. It is true. Iman Shumpert, he was right. So thank you so much for calling. I really appreciate
yes, ma'am.
it.
Thank you for taking my call.
Oh, of course. You're welcome to call back again anytime. And I look forward to seeing you in the chat.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am. Thank you and have a good night.
You too. Bye-bye. Thanks for calling Sport T. Oh, can you do me a favor? Can you mute YouTube in the background?
Yeah.
How's it going? Talk to me nice. Who do I have on the line tonight?
Oh, my name is Henry.
Nice to hear from you, Henry. I see that you're in the San Jose area. I'm in the Bay too.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
So shout out to the Bay Area. So what do you think about these topics? Do you think that LeBron has damaged his legacy at all? Just with all this media attention, he's not being protected in the media anymore. Do you think that there's going to be a downfall, some sort of exposure? And the second question I have for you is, do you believe that LeBron is responsible for the high volume of 3-point shots taken?
Yeah, I think he kind of ruined his legacy in a way. I think it was because of Bronny stuff.
Okay.
Just the nepotism, probably kind of forcing the media to back him up, and the media probably thought like, oh, this kid's probably all right, but the evidence has shown that Bronny sucks, and all the evidence is showing like it's not a good look for the media that defended the nepotism with this and that. So in that sense, yeah, I think he's hurting it, and so they don't really want to defend him because they're just gonna look like frauds too. So, but I do think the main thing I want to get from is I think LeBron's definitely, he hasn't ruined the NBA, but he does things that hurts it for sure. Just him with his constant entitlement, never wanting to go through the tough road. If his team isn't good enough, it's their fault. Give me more help. I got my stats. But when you watch the film, this guy's not playing defense all the time. He's walking back on defense, blaming others. He's stat padding. You know, a lot of his rebounds aren't even hard earned. He's just sagging off and he just grabs it. You know, so the whole narrative becomes, oh, I got my triple double. I'm old. It's my team's fault. You know, who would want this guy on their team? Because he throws everybody under the bus. You know, Russell Westbrook, all the coaches. He forces management to draft or make trades all the time. So you're mortgaging your entire future every time you sign this guy. And in the end, he's just going to leave when, you know, the money's gone, the draft picks are gone, you know. He's done that in Miami. He's done that in Cleveland, forcing them to trade everything. Then once all the salaries are high, he goes up to LA. You know, or if he had it his way, he would have traded all the draft picks. You know, and for what? One bubble championship. So, and it just makes it okay for all the other superstars to feel like, hey, it's not going my way. Let me get out of here. And as a fan, that kind of sucks. You know, you being from the Bay, I mean, I don't know if you're a Warriors fan or whatever, but you know, the first championship they had in 2015 and 2022 championship, those were amazing, like, championships because it felt so, like, hard earned. That didn't ruin anything. He plays hard, plays unselfishly, and he stuck it through. What he's done in the Bay is nothing close to what LeBron has really done, in my opinion. Because it's easy to win when you have all the talent, but after a few years of winning, you have all these high draft or low draft picks. Everyone's salaries are, so it's very tough to win with one team for that long period of time, you know? Whereas LeBron, he just comes in, he mortgages his future, maybe he gets a ring or two, and then he's out. So, you know, you see that with Paul George leaving, all these different stars leaving. So I think in that sense, it's hard to be a local fan or a fan of any one team because it's like a fantasy draft every year, you know, like stars are moving here when things don't go their way. So this is kind of my opinion on who's winning the.
I think that this was a great call. Henry, you made some really great points. Seriously. You're welcome to call back anytime, and I want to thank you for your really wonderful take. So
okay, thanks for letting you call. All right.
Thanks so much.
Okay. Bye.
Alrighty. Have a good night.
Okay.
Okay, guys. We're gonna move on to the next topic. That's Anthony Edwards, right? He continues to give us good content.